1 cup. That's all it takes to help your grass grow stronger while leaving many common weeds struggling to survive. It sounds impossible, because most lawn products promise one result or the other: feed your lawn or kill the weeds. This method aims to do both by taking advantage of a difference many homeowners never realize exists between healthy turf and broadleaf weeds. Once you understand that difference, your approach to lawn care may never be the same. Before we reveal how it works, tell us where you're watching from and subscribe for practical lawn care tips backed by proven techniques. First, let's uncover why most weed control methods solve one problem while quietly creating another. Most homeowners fight weeds the same way every spring. They buy a stronger weed killer, spray the entire lawn, watch the weeds disappear, and expect thick, green grass to follow. For a short time, everything looks better. Then the weeds slowly return, and the cycle starts all over again. That's where frustration begins. The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong brand. It's believing weeds are the real problem. In many cases, weeds are simply taking advantage of a lawn that's already struggling. Remove the weeds without strengthening the grass, and empty spaces quickly become another invitation for new weeds to grow. Healthy grass changes the entire equation. A thick lawn naturally blocks sunlight from reaching many weed seeds. Strong roots compete more effectively for water and nutrients. Dense turf leaves very little room for unwanted plants to establish themselves. That's why professionals focus on building healthier grass instead of relying only on products that promise fast results. Many store-bought weed killers work by attacking visible growth. Some products remove broadleaf weeds effectively, while others target grassy weeds. Even when they're successful, they rarely improve the condition of the lawn itself. If weak grass remains weak, another wave of weeds often appears a few weeks or months later. That creates an expensive routine. Every season brings another bottle, another weekend of spraying, and another promise that this product will finally solve the problem. Meanwhile, the lawn never becomes strong enough to defend itself naturally. You're treating the symptom instead of improving the environment that allowed weeds to spread in the first place. There's a smarter way to think about lawn care. Instead of asking, "How do I kill more weeds?" experienced homeowners ask, "How do I help my grass win the competition?" Once healthy turf becomes thicker and more vigorous, many common weeds struggle to gain a foothold because they lose access to the light, space, and resources they need. That shift in thinking changes everything. The goal isn't simply creating fewer weeds today. The goal is building a lawn that becomes naturally harder for weeds to invade tomorrow. That raises an important question. If healthy grass can outcompete many weeds, what makes grass respond differently from broadleaf weeds in the first place? The science behind that difference is exactly what you'll discover next. So, what makes this one-cup method different from pouring another bag of fertilizer across your lawn? The answer isn't giving your grass more food, it's changing the competition. Many of the weeds that invade healthy lawns are broadleaf weeds, while most residential lawns are made up of grass species. Although they grow side by side, they are built the same way. Their leaves, growth patterns, and internal systems respond differently to certain lawn treatments. That's the difference this method takes advantage of. Here's where the science becomes interesting. Instead of feeding weeds and grass equally, the active ingredient targets broadleaf weeds while allowing healthy turf to keep growing. As unwanted plants weaken, your grass suddenly has access to more sunlight, water, nutrients, and space. The lawn isn't becoming greener because weeds disappeared alone. It's becoming greener because healthy grass no longer has to compete as aggressively for essential resources. Competition determines everything. Imagine two runners sharing the same narrow track. As long as both are running, neither has much room to move. Remove one runner, and the other immediately has space to perform better. Your lawn works in much the same way beneath the surface. Healthy turf also recovers faster. Because established grass already has a dense root system, it can continue growing while many broadleaf weeds gradually decline. Over the following days and weeks, the lawn often begins filling small gaps that weeds once occupied, creating a thicker, more uniform appearance. Professional lawn managers rely on this principle every season. Rather than choosing products that damage every plant they touch, they prefer selective treatments whenever possible. The objective isn't to clear the entire area. It's to remove the unwanted competition while preserving the grass they're trying to protect. That's why this approach feels so different. Instead of forcing the lawn to recover after harsh treatments, you're helping healthy turf stay in control while reducing pressure from many common weeds. The result is a lawn that looks fuller, stronger, and more resilient over time. Understanding the science is only the beginning. Applying the method correctly makes the difference between average results and outstanding ones. In the next section, you'll learn exactly when, where, and how to use the 1-cup treatment for the best possible outcome. Now that you understand why this method works, the next step is using it correctly. The right technique often makes a bigger difference than the product itself. Small mistakes during application can reduce the results before the treatment even has a chance to work. Start with the correct amount. Measure 1 cup carefully instead of guessing. Using more won't make the treatment work faster. In fact, excessive applications can create unnecessary stress for your lawn while wasting product at the same time. Precision always beats excess. Mix everything thoroughly. A well-mixed solution helps distribute the active ingredient evenly across the target area. Uneven mixing often leads to uneven coverage, leaving some weeds untouched while applying too much to other spots. Choose the right weather. Pick a calm, dry day with little wind. Strong gusts can carry the spray away from the intended area, while rain arriving too soon may reduce its effectiveness before the treatment has enough time to work. A stable weather window gives the best opportunity for consistent results. Focus on the weeds, not the entire yard. Treat the affected areas instead of spraying every square foot simply because you can. Targeted applications reduce waste while concentrating the treatment where it's actually needed. Healthy sections of your lawn don't require unnecessary attention. Give the treatment time. Many homeowners begin looking for dramatic changes the very next morning. That's rarely how selective lawn treatments work. Weeds usually weaken gradually before they disappear, while healthy grass continues growing throughout the process. Patience produces better decisions than reacting too quickly. Keep your regular lawn care routine. Continue mowing at the proper height and watering consistently unless the product instructions recommend otherwise. Healthy maintenance habits support recovery while helping the lawn fill the spaces left behind as weeds decline. Watch for the first signs of progress. Instead of expecting instant perfection, look for gradual improvements. Weeds often begin losing vigor before they completely disappear, while the surrounding grass slowly becomes thicker and more uniform. Those small changes are usually the first indication that the treatment is moving in the right direction. Applying the method correctly is only part of the equation. The next section reveals where this 1-cup approach performs exceptionally well, where its limits begin, and how knowing the difference can save you both time and money. By this point, you know how the treatment works and how to apply it correctly. The next question is just as important. Where does it deliver the best results? Understanding that answer helps you set realistic expectations and avoid wasting both time and money. This method performs best against common broadleaf weeds. Plants such as dandelions, clover, plantain, chickweed, and several similar weeds respond differently than healthy turf. Because these weeds compete directly with grass for sunlight, moisture, and nutrients, reducing their presence gives your lawn a better opportunity to become thicker over time. Grass-type weeds tell a different story. Weeds like crabgrass, goosegrass, or annual bluegrass belong to the grass family. Since they share many characteristics with your lawn, selective treatments designed for broadleaf weeds often won't eliminate them completely. Those situations usually require a different strategy rather than simply applying more of the same product. Healthy lawns always respond better. A lawn that receives enough sunlight, regular watering, and proper mowing has a much greater chance of recovering after weeds begin disappearing. Strong grass naturally expands into open spaces, helping prevent new weeds from taking hold where old ones once grew. Soil conditions matter too. Compacted soil, poor drainage, or severe nutrient deficiencies can limit progress no matter which treatment you choose. Addressing those underlying problems gives your lawn the foundation it needs to produce lasting improvements instead of temporary cosmetic changes. There's another benefit many homeowners overlook. As the lawn becomes denser, weed seeds receive less sunlight, making it harder for many of them to germinate. That's one reason healthy turf often requires fewer weed treatments over time. Your grass gradually becomes part of the solution instead of depending entirely on lawn products. Keep your expectations realistic. No single treatment can solve every lawn problem. Insect damage, fungal diseases, heavy shade, or prolonged drought require their own solutions. Knowing when this method is appropriate and when another approach makes more sense is exactly how experienced homeowners avoid unnecessary frustration. Even under ideal conditions, simple mistakes can quietly reduce the results. The next section reveals the common errors that prevent many homeowners from getting the healthy, weed-resistant lawn they're working toward. You've done the hard part. You understand why this method works, when to apply it, and where it delivers the strongest results. Now comes the step that separates homeowners who enjoy lasting success from those who end up disappointed. Small mistakes make a surprisingly big difference. The first mistake is assuming more is better. Adding extra product won't force weeds to disappear faster. It can increase stress on your lawn while wasting money at the same time. Following the recommended amount almost always produces more consistent results than trying to speed up the process. Another common mistake happens during application. Uneven coverage leaves some weeds untreated while exposing other areas to far more product than necessary. Taking a few extra minutes to apply the treatment carefully creates far more even results across the lawn. Weather deserves just as much attention. Applying the treatment just before heavy rain can wash it away before it has enough time to work. Strong winds create another problem by carrying the spray beyond the target area. Waiting for a calm, dry day gives the treatment a much better opportunity to perform as intended. Patience matters more than people expect. Some homeowners inspect a lawn the very next morning and assume the method failed because everything looks almost the same. Selective treatments rarely produce dramatic overnight changes. Healthy grass continues growing while weeds gradually weaken over the following days and weeks. Giving the lawn enough time often rewards you with much better results. Don't overlook routine lawn care. Skipping mowing for weeks, watering insistently, or allowing the lawn to remain under constant stress can reduce the benefits of almost any weed control program. A healthy maintenance routine supports recovery and helps your grass reclaim the spaces where weeds once grew. One final habit separates experienced homeowners from everyone else. They observe before they react. Instead of reaching for another product at the first sign of slow progress, they watch how the lawn responds, make small adjustments when necessary, and allow proven methods enough time to work. That patient approach usually saves more money than constantly trying the next product on the shelf. Removing today's weeds is only half the victory. The final section shows how to build a lawn so thick and healthy that future weeds struggle to establish themselves in the first place. Getting rid of today's weeds feels like a victory. Building a lawn where tomorrow's weeds struggle to survive is an even bigger one. That's the difference between constantly fighting problems and creating a lawn that protects itself. Healthy grass is your strongest defense. Every thick blade of turf blocks sunlight from reaching the soil below. Without enough light, many weed seeds never get the chance to develop into mature plants. The denser your lawn becomes, the fewer opportunities weeds have to spread. One weekly habit influences that process more than most homeowners realize. Mowing your lawn too short may make it look tidy for a few days, but it also weakens the grass. Short blades capture less sunlight, roots stay shallower, and the soil dries out more quickly. Those conditions leave open spaces where weeds can move in with very little resistance. Raise the mowing height instead. Slightly taller grass produces more energy through photosynthesis, helping the plant develop deeper roots and stronger growth. Over time, that thicker turf naturally competes for water, nutrients, and sunlight, leaving fewer resources available for unwanted plants. Watering strategy matters just as much. Frequent, shallow watering encourages weak surface roots. Deep watering less often encourages roots to grow downward in search of moisture. A deeper root system helps grass tolerate heat, recover from stress, and remain healthier throughout the growing season. Feed your lawn when it actually needs nutrients. Even the best weed control plan can't replace proper nutrition forever. A healthy lawn still benefits from fertilization based on the needs of your soil and the time of year. The goal isn't to eliminate fertilizer completely. It's to avoid applying it when the lawn doesn't actually need it. Consistency beats quick fixes every time. Regular mowing, smart watering, healthy soil, and timely weed control work together far better than relying on a single product. Small improvements repeated throughout the season usually produce larger results than dramatic treatments applied only once. Picture your lawn a few months from now. Instead of chasing weeds every weekend, you're maintaining thick green grass that naturally leaves little room for them to grow. That's the real value of this one-cup method. It isn't just about removing unwanted plants. It's about giving your lawn the advantage so weeds spend less time returning and more time losing the competition. One overlooked lawn care habit quietly determines whether weeds come back next season. Most homeowners repeat it every single week without realizing the damage it causes. Watch the next video to discover the mowing technique that helps your lawn stay thicker, greener, and naturally resist future weeds.